Right now at 5, breaking news in Kennewick. A large police presence is at the Circle K on Canal and Edison. You are looking at a live picture of the scene. We'll have the very latest. Also ahead, the victim and suspect in a deadly shooting in Walla Walla County have both been identified. Plus, a miracle baby is fighting for her life. How you can help coming up. And Stacy's here.
We have a beautiful day. Chilly, going to be cold again tonight. I'll give you all the details coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Austin Reed. And we start with live breaking news. One man has been arrested in Kennewick. This stems from an initial incident from yesterday that could have involved firearms. KPD got a call today saying it was likely the same person. Because there was a chance of a gun, they called out a lot of law enforcement. Now, the person did not bring out a gun today. This, again, is at the Circle K on Edison and Canal. Our Riley Fitzgerald is there live right now, and she also says that this was an investigation from yesterday. Today, a call involving the same car, and they are now towing that vehicle. Again, this is a live picture in Kennewick. We'll have more for you coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6. Other news tonight, we are learning more about a deadly shooting in the small town of Prescott in Walla Walla County. The suspect in the case is Troy M. Rathbun, born in 1962, a Prescott resident. He was arrested on scene and has now been booked into Walla Walla County Corrections on charges of murder, second degree, a Class A felony, and unlawful possession of a firearm, a Class B felony. The victim in the case, Ronald D. Evans, born in 1983, also a Prescott resident.
Prescott is not a very big incorporated city within the state of Washington. I don't know the exact population. It's not very much, maybe a couple thousand people. It's mostly rural farmland, but it's a small incorporated city. It does have its own city government, mayor, and city council. So this type of occurrence is a rare thing to occur in that area.
The shooting happened around 1:30 p.m. Wednesday at 205 East 3rd Street. The sheriff's office says this was all due to a neighborhood dispute. The state Supreme Court is considering a proposal by the Washington State Bar Association that drastically reduces the number of felony cases public defenders can take on. There is a statewide shortage of public defenders, but it's especially bad in Yakima County. The WSBA says the proposed standard could even help retain attorneys because high caseloads is one of the top reasons they leave the profession. But the Washington State Association of Counties says that counties are already struggling to pay for the public defense and don't have the money to hire the number of attorneys that they would need to under the proposed standard, lowering it from up to 150 felony cases per year to just 47.
Without significant court or legislative assistance, it is unclear how any county can implement the new standards. If adopted and implemented, these standards will, at minimum, double or triple county costs without increased funding for these services.
We will hear from the Yakima County prosecuting attorney coming up at 6. By the way, Yakima County is also facing a lawsuit by the ACLU over their lack of public defenders. Well, turning to our weather, the weekend is drawing closer, so let's check in with First Alert Stacy Lee joining us live from our weather center with a first look at our forecast. Hey, Stacy.
And Austin, it is a beautiful but crispy day out there. We started out with temperatures down in the freezing level. Look at that view. Legends Casino Skycam, Columbia Point. The water is glassed this evening. 57 degrees right now. Winds very light. Humidity at 39%. Get ready for that sunset at 5:53. Temperatures elsewhere around the area, pretty much everybody around the same in the 50s, but we're already dropping into the 40s here in Dayton tonight. Here's what those temperatures are going to look like tonight. Again, a little bit warmer than last night. Everybody sitting getting very close to that freezing level. Freeze watch and warning has been canceled for the night. We're going to see some clouds rolling in, keeping us just slightly warmer. Out the door, though, in the morning, look for chilly temperatures. Those cool temperatures stick around, but you'll have mostly sunny skies with a few clouds rolling in. So clear and cold tonight. Brief warm up on Saturday. Get ready for the rain to move in late Saturday night, more so on Sunday and Monday. And we're tracking some mountain snow showers over the weekend. All the details on the way. Austin?
Stacy, we'll see you then. A 1-pound miracle baby was recently born at Cadleck Hospital. She is called a miracle baby because after trying for years, Crystal Solorio finally got her wish of being pregnant. But then she went into labor when she was just about 24 weeks along. She had to have an emergency C-section to deliver her baby girl named Ayla. After 4 days in the NICU unit, they found the baby had a grade 4 brain bleed, so she was flown to Seattle. Because of the brain bleed, the worries that she may not be able to walk if she survives. The mom is now with her baby, but she has no housing there or any way to keep up with normal bills. So her sister has set up a GoFundMe page.
You know, she's now 10 days old. She went up a little bit in weight. And I mean, it's really just day by day. And this is a baby that the entire family has prayed for. I think the prayers more than anything, you know, that she makes it out of it, and that you know, we get to have her come home in February, hopefully, and she's a normal little girl, and you know, we can see her grow and play and run around and do all those things.
You can find the GoFundMe page by searching for Help Crystal Stay by baby Ayla's side. Well, now to a health alert. The CDC says a total of 4 cases of bird flu in humans have now been confirmed in Franklin County by the Washington State Department of Health. The cases were positive after an outbreak at a commercial poultry farm in Franklin County. Benton Franklin Health District and the CDC are investigating the exposures to workers and testing them. If the test is a presumptive positive, it is sent to the CDC for further information. At this time, officials believe there is no human-to-human transmission. No one has been hospitalized. Blood tests confirm that in Missouri, 2 people have gotten bird flu without exposure to an infected animal. 2 sources say the person lived in the same house as the first case. Around the U.S., more than 24 people have tested positive for bird flu so far this year. Nearly all of them have reported exposure to infected dairy cows or chickens. New tonight, the DEA's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day is happening this Saturday. And in Richland, you can drop off unwanted prescriptions from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The overdose epidemic in the U.S. is a public health and safety threat. Locally, this happens twice a year around here, in the spring and in the fall. Out of almost 5,000 collection sites, in April, more than 670,000 pounds of prescription medication was collected. The Richland Police Department says removing unneeded medications from your home helps to prevent medication misuse.
Removing unwanted medications from your home obviously gets rid of things that you're not taking anymore and puts them in a place where they can be safely disposed. So bringing them to the DEA Drug Take Back or bringing them into our PD. We actually have a collection box in our lobby. And yeah, getting rid of stuff that potentially kids could take by accident or even adults could end up taking by accident.
So again, Richland is hosting their event at the Richland Police Department on George Washington Way this Saturday. And in Yakima this Saturday, Shreds and Meds is happening. It's another free event. People can bring prescription drugs as well as documents to shred. This takes place Saturday as well, October 26th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Yakima Chamber of Commerce building in Yakima. A new agreement between Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences and Yakima Valley College aims to expand the pipeline of physical therapists entering the profession. The newly signed agreement will enable YVC students to more easily transition into PNWU's School of Physical Therapy, preparing future professionals to practice in rural and medically underserved communities in the region. Students who have earned 30 more college-level credits from YVC will be guaranteed an admission interview with the School of Physical Therapy. Hey, coming up in less than 2 weeks, bus riders in the Tri-Cities will get a little treat. That's in the form of a fare-free day through Ben Franklin Transit. Riders can take BFT buses and dial-a-ride trips for no cost on November 5th this year. Tuesday, the 5th, is also Election Day.
It's important to us that people have access to voting, and it's an initiative we saw other agencies take part in, and our new chief executive officers thought it was a great idea to provide those free rides, and it encourages people to vote if they have some sort of barrier in terms of transportation to where they can't drop their ballot off. So.
The Ben Franklin Transit also has a map of ballot drop box locations within its service area, 11 in Benton County and 4 in Franklin County. Free transit service on November 5th goes from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, is just getting started. Still ahead, we are learning more about PSC's $4 million in new funding. Plus,
I'm Allison Cossack. The CDC says it expects the number of cases to grow in the deadly E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's. The latest coming up.
and as we leave you to break, here's a live picture from our Yakima Skycam. Thanks to Bi-Mart, our Stacy Lee tracking your first alert weather forecast as the weekend is getting closer. We're on your side, and we'll be right back.
Initiative 2124. It's purposely misleading. So here's what you need to know. Independent analysts say if I-2124 passes, it will bankrupt our affordable long-term care benefit, leaving millions of Washingtonians with no options but private insurance that charges way too much and routinely denies coverage to millions with pre-existing conditions. Don't let it happen. Protect your long-term care benefits. Vote no on I-2124.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices, end the capital income tax, and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Get 3.9% APR plus $1,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq when you finance through Cadillac Financial. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
For over 30 years, Dr. Linda Konchevsky has been serving our community as a physician, providing care with compassion and dedication.
If elected, I'll be the only doctor in the Washington State Legislature. I'll fight to improve access to health care and mental health services, protect women's reproductive rights, and lower the cost of prescription drugs. Together, we can make health care more affordable and accessible for all. Let's put a doctor in the house.
18 years, 32 years, 20 years, 35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back, everybody. Introducing Ellensburg-opoly, where you can own a piece of your favorite town. Swap out Boardwalk and Park Place for iconic Ellensburg businesses. You can pre-order now for your holiday list. A portion of the proceeds supports the Kittitas County Chamber Wish Fund. You can purchase the game right now at the Kittitas County Chamber of Commerce, along with 2 other locations. Learn more on the Ellensburg Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page. We are following up now as the FAA awarded the Tri-Cities Airport a $4 million grant to fund future terminal improvements. This will launch the first phase of a number of projects, starting with the airport's baggage makeup room. That is where your checked luggage goes when it's on the way to the plane. Airport Director Buck Taft says probably nobody cares about the baggage makeup area except for the people who work at the airport.
For example, right now we have 9 flights between the hours of 5 and 7. And our room where all the bags filter to is it was small when we had 7 flights, and now adding the 2 additional daily flights makes it very hard for the workers to get all the bags and get in there and be efficient.
Now, the second part of Phase 1 is adding 3 new jet bridges to the airport. This is a $23 million project in total, and the $4 million in the grant money will enable the airport to get it all rolling. Taft also wants to remind passengers to arrive to the airport 90 minutes to 2 hours ahead of their flights. With more parking opening up in a few weeks, the lots have been extremely full, so keep that in mind. We are following developing news tonight in the case of the Menendez brothers. Eric and Lyle Menendez are both serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole for the 1989 murders of their parents. But new evidence that came to light has motivated the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office to review the case and recommended today that the Menendez brothers be resentenced to 50 years to life, which will make them eligible for parole since they have already served nearly 35 years in prison. Other national news tonight, and to the deadly E. coli outbreak at McDonald's that has dozens sick across 10 states, including Oregon, all linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. This as the first lawsuit has just been filed. ABC's Allison Kosick has more.
And though the fast food chain has proactively removed 2 ingredients from chains across 2 impacted regions, it's expected there will be more cases. Health officials tracking the E. coli outbreak from McDonald's say they expect the number of cases to grow.
In food products, it can spread easily, especially when we have exposures or confirmed disease in folks who live in a wide geographic area.
There are now at least 49 confirmed cases across 10 states, ranging in age from 13 through 88. At least 1 person has died, 10 others hospitalized. We have not been able to confirm that Taylor Farms was the source of the contaminated onions at McDonald's. However, we do know they have instituted a recall of their onions and that they are a McDonald's supplier. It's unclear if the recall is linked to the outbreak investigation at McDonald's.
The hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet.
Meantime, McDonald's removing the Quarter Pounder from their menu in the states affected by the outbreak.
Other beef products at McDonald's, including the cheeseburger, hamburger, Big Mac, McDouble, and the double cheeseburger, are not impacted.
And now the first lawsuit in connection with the outbreak, filed by a man who claims he was infected with E. coli 2 days after eating at a Colorado McDonald's. He's claiming negligence and is seeking $150,000 in damages. The situation not sitting well with some customers.
Just with the recent news of an outbreak with E. coli, it made me think twice about my afternoon snack.
McDonald's has not commented on the lawsuit. The company's spokespeople say if onions are found to be the source of the E. coli outbreak, it would be the first time onions have ever been a carrier for this particular strain of the bacteria. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
And before we check in with Stacy, more than 24 people are dead and thousands have had to flee their homes as a tropical storm made landfall in the Philippines. The storm drenched the region, causing widespread flooding and landslides. It was packing winds of 50 miles per hour as it approached the northern Philippines late Wednesday. That's according to the U.S. Navy's Joint Typhoon Warning Center. The Philippine Coast Guard is helping carry out evacuations and rescuing people from their homes.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And happy Friday Eve to you, getting through the day. It was pretty beautiful. We see a few clouds starting to roll in tonight. Now, I've been keeping an eye on I-182. I'm seeing some sort of a traffic backup here Traffic moving slow I-182 westbound going from Pasco towards Richland tonight, so avoid the area if you're headed that way. 57 degrees right now, winds are light, so overall been a pleasant day, but on the cool side, and that ridge of high pressure has been keeping us dry, but it is moving up out of the area. Our system is starting to move in from the Pacific. It's going to start making landfall late Friday into Saturday, making its way our direction by Saturday night. So we could see a couple of stray showers. Most of those will be contained to the Cascade Mountains. Let's take a look at Futurecast beginning tomorrow morning. Again, a few clouds hanging around the area. Overall, not a bad day, but as we get into late Friday night, that's when that system starts to move in, bringing some showers, possibly there to the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. A stray shower could roll through the lower valley overnight Saturday into Sunday, and then a slight chance for a stray shower late overnight Friday night. And if you're up late, you might see that. Most of the showers on Saturday are going to be contained to the Cascade Mountains, with a few stray showers moving through Saturday night across the Yakima Valley. Here's what our rain chances are looking like. They're increasing on Saturday in the Yakima area. Look at this, 90% chance on Sunday, decreasing as we get into the next couple of days. Look for a wet day Sunday in the Tri-Cities as well, with decreasing chances moving on. Walla Walla will see a lot more of that moisture coming through closer to the Blue Mountains there. 90% chance Sunday, 80% chance on Monday. Let's talk about those temps tonight. We canceled our frost and freezing alerts, as temperatures are going to just be slightly above that, but in the 30s and still on the chilly side all through the area. We're staying cool again, and we're going to have that little bump up on Saturday, a brief warm up, and then we slide right back down into the 50s as we get into next week. Tomorrow's daytime highs, all of us pretty much staying below 60 degrees through the area. If you're heading out of town this weekend, bring your umbrella, especially on the west side. Saturday and Sunday is going to be wet in Seattle. If you're flying out, you'll want to check those flight conditions. Also seeing wet weather Saturday and Sunday in the Portland area. And if you're heading north to the Spokane region or flying out that way, look for some rain showers possible on Saturday, a better chance on Sunday. Let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast. The wet weather begins on Saturday, 50% chance there in Yakima, pumping up on Sunday with those breezy winds also picking up. 62 degrees though, and then you'll start dropping into the 50s. A little bit warmer in the Tri-Cities Saturday with a very slight chance of rain, but we'll bump up our chances on Sunday and even see some rain possible into Monday. A little unsettled next week with cooler temperatures. Ellensburg, a little more stormy there with breezier winds both Sunday and Monday. Look for those rain chances from Saturday through most of next week. Walla Walla looking to be wet for several days in a row, with a very nice day on Saturday and a slight chance of showers there, but temperatures close to 70. That's pretty warm for October. And then taking a peek at Hermiston, we'll see those breezy winds and those wet rains on Sunday with some chilly temps later in the week. So that's what it's looking like. I will update you more, and I've got the weather photo of the day on the way.
Good. Thank you, Stacey. Up next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, we have tonight's Spotlight, and we're headed to downtown Sunnyside.
Kraken and Jets. Pregame at 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
27 years ago, I lived in these apartments, and for 27 years, I've seen streets go without repair. I've seen places like Columbia Fruit Packers lay off workers. Some of my neighbors have driven to Seattle for decent medical care. Because MAGA extremists like my opponent Deb care more about power and controlling women's bodies than getting results. I am ready to go to the west side because it's time to get results for the east side. I hope to earn your vote.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your community Chevy dealers.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
Join us for a special night as the Tri-City Americans honor our heroes. On Monday, November 11th, all veterans and active duty military will receive a free ticket. Redeem this offer at the Toyota Center box office. Let's celebrate our veterans together. See you at the game.
All right, trending now, our spotlight at 5. The city of Sunnyside is welcoming a brand new business. Uncommon Vintage Clothing Store in downtown is now open. Unique pieces, NFL gear, Nike, and vintage Grizzly and Hounds gear is available for purchase. The new business is all part of making downtown Sunnyside more diverse. If you have an idea for the Spotlight at 5, send me an email. It's easy, areed@applevalleynewsnow.com. And remember to watch the Spotlight every night here at 5. Coming up next,
we've got viewer photo of the day and your weather, bottom line, on the way.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
In his first term, Perry Dozier has delivered significant results as your senator. Perry has stood firm in support of law enforcement and supporting laws that will make our streets safer. Eastern Washington is a leader in energy production. Perry Dozier is fighting to ensure these resources are protected. And as a farmer, Perry knows how devastating inflation is to working families. He's supporting policies to reduce the cost of production and opposing any new taxes.
I'm Perry Dozier, and I will continue to work hard for you.
Too many politicians are too busy fighting each other, but I just want to get things done to make people's lives better. I'm Maria Cantwell. I led a bipartisan initiative to bring computer chip manufacturing and other supply chains back to America, generating billions in private sector investment to make the chips that run our cars, our appliances, and even our farm equipment, creating jobs, boosting our competitiveness, and lowering costs. It's beginning to work. That's why I approve this message.
Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
Two candidates. With our border in crisis, Dan Newhouse votes for common sense border security. Jared Sessler recklessly wanted to defund the Border Patrol. Newhouse serves on a powerful committee that protects our dams and ag economy. Sessler backs taxes and fees to make food more expensive. That hurts our farmers and ranchers. And Sessler backs a 30% sales tax on everything. There's only one choice for Central Washington: Dan Newhouse.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Kraken Hockey, now on free TV as the 5-game homestand winds down. This historic season's heating up and off to a strong start. Don't miss a single moment of the action. Kraken Jets, pregame at 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Now that's good.
What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus First Alert Weather every 10 minutes. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Back now with a quick programming note. The Seattle Krakens play tonight on Apple Valley News Now. The Winnipeg Jets visit Climate Pledge Arena. Pregame starts at 6:30 tonight, live from Seattle.
All right, time now for viewer photo of the day. It's a good one. I like how she titled it. It's called Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Look at the clouds. A little bike ride from our friend Dee out in the Walla Walla Valley. Thank you, Dee, for sending that in. To get your weather photo on TV, QR code that right side of your screen, or simply go to applevalleynewsnow.com, click on the weather tab, and upload your photo. Let's take a look at your weather bottom line. Again, chilly, cold tonight, right down around that freezing level. We have a brief warm up on Saturday, mostly dry, and then we're wet starting Sunday and into next week. Here's a quick look at your day out the door. It's going to be a cold one in the morning, so prepare. Temperatures not all that warm, partly cloudy skies tomorrow, but not a bad day. I was enjoying the weather today myself.
Yeah.
A little crisp in the air, but the sunshine was lovely.
I'll take it. Thanks for watching World News. Coming up next, hoping your news is good news. We'll see you at 6.
See you then.